Hey guys, just got word that O'Reilly Auto Parts asked me to make something, so I'm gonna get started on that tomorrow morning. You might be thinking I did say I was gonna post once a week here from now on, but well, here's the deal. Check this out. Over the past few weeks, look how many miles I put on this car. So for the last 78 hours, I've been in here, 3,767 miles, and it's all been because I've been stretched very thin, needing help out the family. Not just my own, but some other immediates. Long story, it'll all come to fruition probably one day. But anyway, yes, back to a weekly schedule, and here we go. So it's the next morning, and I've gone ahead and prototyped something out here. Here are the initial cuts where I've got a spring mechanism that I kind of got inspiration from, the Mario Brothers franchise. See these springs here that Mario uses to propel himself upwards? I figured if it works in the game, why not? Supposedly those are backed on real physics. I don't know, but maybe it does. And it did work. These springs actually go back and forth, and they work really well. Unfortunately, I didn't quite leave it enough room, or any room for that matter, to do its thing. So we're going to take an oscillating multi-tool here and cut it away. And honestly, this part of any project is kind of the most fun to me, where you're just kind of following your nose, figuring things out. And as you can see, this spring here is working pretty well. Now I'm going to turn the volume up here, and you can actually hear me exclaim in the background. It works! So, of course, this is a prototypical draft. I'm not going to give this prototype to O'Reilly. I'm going to make notes along the way in this process and just kind of make sure I refine this over and over. I should be able to get this on the second go-around, and that's at least the goal. But this is always nice to see a first draft turn out this nice. As you can see, there's a cylindrical piece there. That's going to go in and actually hold the labels. And on top of that, we're going to actually have to put a lid on this. More on that in a second. Think I got it all worked out, but I really didn't. So in order for this spring also, this mechanism here to not just come flying out the front, we're going to put a face frame on it as well. And I've just simply cut this out of 1/8 inch Baltic birch just to kind of see if it's going to work this way. I'm going to eventually come back and use the 1/4 inch wood I'm using for the entire structure. I'm going to use it for this face frame too, but again, this is just the initial stages to make sure everything is going to be okay. Okay, onto that lid I was talking about. Now, it cut really well and it assembled really well, but it did have something, well, a crucial design flaw wrong with it. Any guesses? You think it wouldn't fit over the top? Well, you'd be wrong. It did fit over the top just great. The only issue is that it fit too far down. Basically, the lid was just too deep, essentially. So it went over the front of the opening that the labels were coming out of, and that's just no good. So how do I fix that? Well, again, in the prototyping phase, of course, you're going to go over to the table saw, and we're going to rip this piece down on the fence, just like this, being careful. Even though it won't cut a hot dog, hey, still got to be careful. Now, this is an item that I sell on my website. And if you want to go there right now, everything French cleat, actually not everything, but my 4 best sellers, including the wall cleats that go up on the wall, are all 30% off. Did you know that it's National French Cleat Week? Yes, it is, deemed here by yours truly, the French cleat expert. And if you know what this is, leave it in the comments, and maybe you'll be entered into a giveaway to get one for free. How about that? All right, now back to the project at hand. We've got some of these labels put in this machine. We're going to, we got some labels put into this mechanism, or this box, if you will, and we're going to try this out. So you can pull the labels out as you need them, but this spring mechanism is to not allow them to go back into this box. So you pull them out, you rip off what you need, and then they stay put with the spring. So I would deem this a success, absolutely. Now we're going to go back to the drawing board a little bit, and we're going to take this prototype and resubmit it and cut it, and this is the final result. So it looks very similar because most of it worked well. I wanted to change the face frame a little bit, and I also wanted to have the area where you put your finger in that hole and make sure that that was going to be a substantial area that you could actually get a hold of. So we're going to double up the material on that. And as this is clearly a happy accident in my mind, is that the opening you use to use the spring is an O, and I didn't even plan on that, but for O'Reilly. It almost kind of looks like the Ohio State logo, but not really. Anyway, we're going to go with it that it was on purpose, that the O is for O'Reilly, and that's what I'm going to say. Anyway, this is one of the coolest things ever to me. I make a paper towel holder that I sell on my website that uses the same kind of, I call it technology, if you will, but basically you take a whole bunch of wooden circles and put them together on a flat piece like so, and it makes a cylinder where you can then mount something round like a paper towel holder or these labels. So there's a picture of it. I showed you it before, and it's kind of one of the coolest laser cut items that I make, I believe. But either way, we're going to put this thing together, and yeah, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. This is such a cool little invention, if you will, and I did deliver it to them, and I wasn't going to be able to film inside the store, which is kind of a little bit of a shame, but that's okay. I respect their boundaries, as one of their associates simply just asked me to make this for them, and he thought it would be a great idea. Now, I'll tell you something interesting as I'm sanding this thing down. By the way, this surf prep sander that they sent me over a few months ago has been unbelievable in the shop for me. All the small parts I make, honestly, it's a godsend. Anyway, moving forward, you can see here, I went ahead and relieved, or I made a relief there so you can actually still see the springs even in that face frame. Not necessary, but I wanted the people to be able to see it. Pretty interesting. But here's the story. So I went into the O'Reilly Auto Parts, and lo and behold, the district manager, regional director, all those people were in the store for a store visit at the time of me doing this. And lo and behold, they loved it. And he invited me into the back room of the store, and he was like, hey, we need this in all of my stores. I need 4 feet of organization here. I need another 4 feet here. I don't know what's going to become of this, but we exchange numbers. I'll keep you in the loop on this channel if anything happens here. But simply helping out a local O'Reilly and running into the right people at the right time when I deliver this thing, I say that was pretty cool. So if you're not subscribed, please do so now, and you'll see the update. O'Reilly! So did you hear me singing that thing? Yeah, I do that all the time in my shop, by myself, just whatever. My wife, I think this is a term of endearment. She says that I am my own best friend, and maybe that's true. I don't know. Either way, this is a lid now that we're going to assemble, and it is the right depth, or it's shallow enough to accept the labels and good to go. And let's go ahead and deliver this thing to the store and see what happens. All right, just showed up here at O'Reilly, yes, and we are going to do a little installation on this thing right here. Let's go. Before I bring this back, you want a sneak peek of what next week's video is going to be? Can't do that. Okay, got these loaded up. Let's see how it goes. All right, now that the box is done, how do you transition into what I'm about to do now? I just simply tell you, we're doing something new. Here we go. And here's one of the best parts about having these machines is that you can use them for things other than what you're doing as your bread and butter business. So this guy came over a couple times over the past few months, and he's a buddy of mine through Instagram, and he's like, Chris, I got this massive table that I want to get flattened somehow, and then can you also, if we could, put a ring around it so I could trace it with a jigsaw and then flush trim. This is going to be his new breakfast nook table. I think there's like 4 or 5 gallons of resin in here, and he did a great job in the preparation and everything. I didn't have to flatten it too much, but we got it prepped and it's going to be good to go. So like I said, subscribe and you'll see updates on things like this. Well, from flattening those flabs to doing what I'm about to do now, this week has been very interesting. Check this new project out. Okay, and another thing I did this week, well, I ordered a mirror cap for the 728 BMW I got that's 30 years old. Purchased this about 18 months ago, this car, and through the car wash one day, the mirror cap decided to fly off with the jets that dry it, and it flew out in front of the car and I ran over it. So on to eBay I went and I found a replacement part, and I thought this Toyota blue was going to be about a color match for the car. Little foreshadowing, it wasn't a perfect match, but hey, it gives it charm, right? Either way, I'm actually going to be selling this BMW on Cars and Bids, which is the auction website that Doug DeMuro has started. You may or may not have heard of it or him. Either way, I don't miss a single one of his videos, and I just really think that the best bang for my buck is going to be on that website. So it'll be up for auction, so stay tuned for that. Now, here's another project I've been working on. is a Garnica display for all of their materials. More on that in another video. And then after that, we're going to put in, yeah, I know I'm being long-winded here, but we're going to put in a panel of white oak. All right, to show you just how simple this is, I basically just drew a circle here, mapped a tool path to take 3 cuts, and calculated it up. And it really is just that simple. Load that tool path into that machine over there, and we're good to go. So this is a dear friend of mine named Gary. He brought this panel over because he's working on a barrel and he needs a top for it. And so he glued this up sight on scene at his shop like that day. Brought it over a few hours later and the glue was already cured. So I cut it out for him on the Avid CNC, and now over here to the Thunder Laser, and we're going to engrave a big old F. Yep, the person's last name is an F. Now you can see here that this is the barrel that he's been working on. He's going to put lights in it and hinges and shelving and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be great. All right, that's it for this week. But next week, here's a teaser. You're not going to want to miss this. Deck didn't make that storage system for the pickup trucks for my manual Cayenne. Yep. Not even close. So I made my own. Bonus cat footage and swing and a miss.